Good morning to all. Today we are going to discuss about other types of skeletal connective tissue. Okay. Yesterday we discussed about bone. Now we want to discuss about cartilage, ligament and tendon. Okay. First of all, how many number of bones present in a human body? That is 206. But it is in adult body. Okay, when you are in child age, okay, that means at the age of birth you have 306 bones. Later these bones are merged together and developed into single bones, and this number is reduced to 206 at the age of adult. Okay, why bone having a hard strong structure? Because due to presence of calcium and phosphorus elements. Okay, the tissue bone is made up of which type of cells? Osteocytes. This is about bone. Next one, cartilage. Cartilage is a special type of skeletal connective tissue. It is especially found at the regions of bone terminals. This is very soft tissue and it can be eatable. It is edible. Okay, it is easily masticated with our teeth. Okay, but if you bite this area, you feel pain. Why? Because it is a hard structure. But at the tips of bones, it is a soft tissue. It can be masticated with our teeth. Okay, then here cartilage present. Next one, cartilage is also present at tips of our nose and our ears. Okay, they can be easily bended. It can be easily bended without having any pain. Okay, it can't be break. Okay, it easily bended. That means tips of nose and ear also made up of with which type of tissue? That is cartilage. It is soft, easily bends. Okay, without any breaking. Then next one, ligament. Ligament is a type of connective tissue. Where it is present? It is present between two bones. That means two bones are connected with which type of connective tissue is ligament. Okay, this is ligament. Ligament is a connective tissue which can connect two bones. This is ligament. Okay, you can remember that BLB. This is first bone, this is second bone, this is ligament. It is a code BLB. Okay, next thing, tendon. Tendon connects a bone with the surrounding muscle. This is a muscle. This muscle is connected with the bone with which type of connective tissue? With tendon. Tendon is a connective tissue. It can hold the muscle surrounded by the bone, surrounded by the bone. That means it can connect muscle and the bones is the tendon. Muscle and the bone is tendon. BTM. It can connect bone and muscle. What is that? Tendon. BTM and BLP. Okay, you can remember like that. This is about skeletal tissue, skeletal connective tissue. Okay, another point is here, the combination of ligament and tendon is called as dense connective tissue. Dense connective tissue. I already said that the tissue is made up of with cells, but in case of in case of connective tissue, the cells present in the matrix or fluid content. Matrix or fluid content. This is matrix. That means the cells are freely floated in the matrix. But in case of dense connective tissue, matrix is in small quantity. That means only little bit of matrix is present and more number of cells are present. That means cells are more and tightly packed. Cells are more and tightly packed. In case of tendon and ligaments, cells are more and tightly packed, but having a little bit of matrix. Due to presence of more number of cells, these tendons and ligament is called as dense connective tissue. This is about skeletal connective tissue. Next one, second one, areolar. Next one, areolar connective tissue. Areolar. Second one, areolar connective tissue. The term indicates that air space, the tissue present mainly in the spaces in between organs. Okay, the space present between organs is filled with areolar connective tissue. That's why it is named as areolar connective tissue. So the spaces are filled up with the areolar connective tissue. So it is also called as filler connective tissue. That means it can fill the spaces present between different organs. Filler connective tissue, areolar connective tissue. Okay, why areolar connective tissue present between organs? Because it can support the one organ from the other from the rupturing, rapid movement of cells or any tissues. It can lead to rupturing of outermost layers. So from this rupturing, this tissue can prevent the rupturing of organs. Okay, now areolar connective tissue then present at the region of kidneys, outer layer, then in between liver, stomach and intestine. These are the organs. In between the organs, this areolar connective tissue is filled up. Okay, this areolar connective tissue having loose gel-like matrix, In this gel-like matrix, the areolar connective tissue cells are scattered. Okay, when compared to all types of connective tissue, the matrix present in the areolar connective tissue is very loose and becomes as a gel. Okay, due to the loose gel-like matrix, the areolar connective tissue acts as supporting tissue. Then third one, adipose connective tissue. Adipose connective tissue. Adipose means the tissue which is made up with lipid globules or fat globules. Lipid globules or fat globules. Globules nothing but cell is filled up with any liquid is called as globule. If the fat cell is filled up with fatty acids, it is called as fat globule. Okay, adipose tissue present just beneath our skin. Beneath means bottom side. Okay, this is the layer of skin. The layer of skin is made up of epithelial tissue. Okay. Below to the epithelial tissue, here a connective tissue, that is adipose connective tissue. Adipose connective tissue is present. This adipose connective tissue acts as shock absorber. Okay, this adipose connective tissue is called as shock absorber. Why? Because it is called as shock absorber, because from the mechanical injuries, from the mechanical activities, it can protect our inner organs. Or organ systems. So, from those mechanical injury, this adipose tissue protect the inner organs. That's why it is called as shock absorber. It can take the shock and it can't allow the mechanical injuries into the organs or organ systems. So, it protects the inner organs. So, that is called as shock absorber. So, when compared to lean or thin person and from fat person or lean person. Okay, lean person is very sensitive to cold nature. They can feel cool. Okay, when compared to fat person. Why? Because in case of lean person, the adipose tissue is very small. Okay, but in case of fat person, okay, the adipose tissue thickness is more. So, this adipose tissue here acts as insulator also. Okay, insulator nothing but they can't allow the escape of heat energy from our body. This is the importance of insulator. Okay, here adipose tissue acts as insulator. That means in our body, the body temperature is maintained constantly. Okay, if the atmosphere becomes cool, the body loses heat energy. So, due to the presence of adipose tissue, the heat energy does not goes outside. So, the body temperature maintained constantly and it becomes needed temperature in case of fat body. So, but in case of lean person, the adipose tissue very small, so the escape out of heat energy from the body is more, so they can feel cool. They can feel cool fastly when compared to fat person. Why? Because that is the reason adipose tissue acts as insulator. If the adipose tissue is low, insulating mechanism also less. That's why they can feel cool. If the adipose tissue thickness is more, insulating mechanism is also more, they can feel cool very less. Okay, this is about adipose tissue. Next one, fourth one, fluid connective tissue. Okay, what is the fluid present inside our body? Do you know? That is, the fluid connective tissue present in our body is blood. The body is blood. Fourth one, fluid connective tissue. The fluid connective tissue present in our body is nothing but blood. Okay? It is also a tissue. Why? Because blood also having cells. The tissue is made up of a group of cells. Blood also having cells. That's why it is called as tissue. Okay, but it having fluidity nature. That means it having water content more. That's why it is in fluid nature. So it is named as fluid connective tissue. Blood is in red color in humans. Okay, white color in cockroaches. Okay, in case of snails, the blood is in blue color. Okay, what is the reason why blood is having different colors in different organisms? Because this red color is due to presence of a pigment called as hemoglobin. Okay, white color because cockroaches does not have any pigment inside their blood, that's why they have colorless blood or white colored blood. But in case of snails, blue color blood is due to presence of hemocyanin pigment. Okay, is it clear? Red color is due to presence of hemoglobin. White color due to no presence of any pigment. Snails having blue colored blood. Why? Because due to presence of hemocyanin pigment. Okay, then blood having two types of component, solid component and liquid component. Solid components are called as blood cells, or these are also called as blood corpuscles. Okay, liquid component is called as plasma. Blood having 90% of plasma and 10% of blood cells in their composition. Overall 100% that is blood. Okay, blood cells are blood corpuscles. Why it is called as corpuscles? Corpuscle nothing but any atom or molecule or any element freely moves in a liquid. In a liquid, it is called as corpuscle. So blood cells are freely moves in the plasma. Okay, that's why these are also called as blood corpuscles. This is about blood. Then now, do you know what is the difference between hemoglobin and chlorophyll Okay, hemoglobin and chlorophyll having same structure except one region, that is hemoglobin having central iron ion. Okay, chlorophyll having central magnesium ion. This is only one difference between hemoglobin and the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll present in green plants. Chlorophyll is a green colored pigment, that's why plants are in green color. Okay, hemoglobin is red color pigment. Okay, red color pigment present in the blood, that's why blood having red color. Okay, hemoglobin structure having central ion Fe+2, chlorophyll having central ion Mg+2, remaining structure is same. Okay, then in case of hemoglobin, globin part is called as protein part. The protein part present in the hemoglobin is globin. Heme is a apoenzyme or non-protein part. Okay, the protein part in the hemoglobin is the globin. Then in humans, adult human having 5 liters of blood. Okay, then blood having important materials like glucose, amino acids, okay, lipids and etc. important elements. They also having excretory materials like creatinine, okay, then nitrogenous wastes and excess salts, etc. These are also excretory materials. That means blood is a combination of important materials and excretory materials. Both are present, but excretory materials they can excrete out through a process called as excretion. Important materials are supplied to the all and every part where they have the most need. Okay, this is about blood introduction. Okay, then do you know blood cells? How many types of blood cells present in our body? There are 3 types of blood cells. Present in our body. Those are RBC. RBC means red blood cells. That means they are in red color. These are also called as erythrocytes. Okay, erythrocytes. Next, WBC means white blood cells. Okay, these are also called as leukocytes. That means they can't have any type of pigment, they can't have any color, so those are called as leukocytes. Third one, platelets. Okay, these are the 3 types of blood cells: RBC, WBC and platelets. Then RBC. First one, RBC. First one, RBC. RBC having red colored pigment. The redness of the blood due to which pigment? Hemoglobin. The hemoglobin especially present in red blood cells, not present in white blood cells, not present in platelets. Okay, due to presence of hemoglobin in the red blood cells, the blood attain red color. Okay, this hemoglobin having the capacity to exchange the gases. Okay, that means exchange of oxygen and CO2. They can take oxygen from lungs and transport it to other organs or cells, each and every cell. Okay, in these cells, the oxygenated blood is utilized to do their functions. Different cells having different functions. Okay, to do those functions, they want oxygenated blood. Okay, by consumption of this oxygenated blood, they can do all the function. After completion of their functions, the oxygenated blood becomes deoxygenated blood. That means CO2 or deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood is coming from oxygenated blood. Oxygen is consumed. CO2 is the final excretory product of any function. This is carried to again blood from which region? Cells and organs. From cells and organs, blood again collect CO2 and again transported to lungs. From these lungs, through our respiratory tract, carbon dioxide is expelled out into the atmosphere. This is the phenomenon. Okay, the main importance of hemoglobin is exchange of CO2 and oxygen. Hemoglobin is having high capacity to hold oxygen. Okay, this is about RBC. Okay, remaining lesson we will continue in the next class. Thank you.